Kenya has just unveiled its biggest budget ever, with billions set aside for education, infrastructure and social programs. But with debt levels climbing and economic pressure building, there are growing questions about how the government plans to foot the bill. DW's Lucy Riley explains.
Kenya is going big this year with a record budget of $33 billion for the 2026-2027 financial year. Education is getting the biggest slice, nearly a fifth of the total, about $6 billion. Supporters say this shows the government is betting on education as the key to long-term growth. There is also major funding for security, infrastructure, healthcare and social protection. The government says it plans to ease fuel costs and won't introduce new taxes for ordinary Kenyans. But this budget comes at a tough time. Global uncertainty is rising, debt levels are getting heavier, and many Kenyans are already struggling with the cost of living.
Domestically, debt has become such a big challenge, and therefore everyone expected that the measures being put in place would show some levels of government curtailing and perhaps controlling some of its expenditure. We see that a lot of that expenditure is going up, and rightly so, because the level of debt repayment is high. We had also anticipated to see a lot of measures that are accountability in nature. What will happen with runaway corruption that has bedeviled the public finance space? The jury is still out in terms of the finance bill. It's a very expansionary budget trying to please everyone. But is it the time to try and have such a huge expansionary budget?
Even though officials say there won't be major new taxes, critics aren't convinced. They warn that increased borrowing could push Kenya deeper into debt and put even more pressure on public finances, especially with elections in the horizon. With the fiscal deficit expected to hit 5.5% of GDP and revenue still under strain, the big question is, what do Kenyans think?
My biggest concern with the 2026-2027 budget is a question around debt. 1.1 trillion of the budget is going into debt servicing. 1.03 trillion of that amount is going to be serviced locally, while external servicing is going to get, give or take, about 116 billion. What this does is that it takes off the pressure from external borrowing, but transfers that pressure locally. And this therefore means that we're looking at the private sector and MSMEs being crowded out because they're going to have difficulties in accessing credit.
For me, all these days I've been living. They put money even on the roads. But for me, it doesn't help. Because whenever even I travel to the up country, the fare is still the same. They can't change the fare because maybe the roads are smooth or it is okay. And for my kids, I always pay school fees. So even if they tell me, oh, the money is going on the education sector, I'm telling you, it has never helped me because I work as usual. So maybe if it is helping those people who are high, but for me as normal mwananchi, I don't see it. It has never changed.